Leave those, I'll do it later.
No, it's okay. You finish the packing.
For goodness sake, Mark. I've got to be back in Hull this afternoon. Isn't it time you stopped behaving like a child? All I did was find you a job. What's so awful about that?
A job? You call being an errand boy a job?
The job description is junior management trainee. Yeah.
Errand boy?
What on earth do you expect? You've got to start somewhere. Look, they're an up-and-coming firm of industrial designers, Mark. You won't stay at junior level for long.
You can guarantee that, can you?
Of course I can't, but you've got to take some risks if you want to get on.
It's easy for you to say.
Well, at least come and have a look at the setup. Give it a chance.
No.
All right, then what are you going to do with your life?
Well, that's my business.
You've got to start thinking about your future sometime. You won't stay 18 forever. You're an intelligent lad, Mark.
Don't patronise me, Lisa.
Well, I've got packing to do.
Coffee?
Thank you.
Everything all right?
Oh, I know we've discussed it endlessly, but I can't help wondering if I've done the right thing.
What about?
Asking Nick to give me away at the wedding instead of Michael.
Elizabeth, of course he did the right thing. You can hardly rely on Michael at the moment.
Yes, I know. I just wish I hadn't lost my temper.
You were quite right to tell him a few home truths.
I was cruel. I wanted to tell him in a civilised way, and instead it came out as a kind of punishment.
He said some pretty horrible things to you.
Well, it's no excuse. I should have tried to talk to him. I should have tried to explain.
He'll cool down, given time.
Poor Michael. He's his own worst enemy.
Elizabeth, all this business with Michael, you're not having second thoughts about the wedding, are you?
Well, just lately I have had the odd moment's doubt. I can't deny that, Eric.
I see.
No, I don't think you do see. The doubt soon passed. You see, all Michael's behaviour's done is to make me realise how much I love you and how much I need you.
How was he?
Sorry?
Robert, he seemed a bit quiet over breakfast. Thought he might have opened up on the way to school.
Oh, he was all right. He was quite chatty, actually.
I've been thinking about that advice the solicitor gave you.
Oh, yes?
Do you really think it'd make that much of a difference?
You tell me.
Well, we've been all right up to now, haven't we?
Up to now, yes.
So why spoil a perfectly good working arrangement?
I've just told you what the solicitor told me. Either you make me Robert's guardian, or we get married.
It's Hobson's choice, is that?
How'd you make that out?
Well, every year I ask you to marry me, and every year you refuse.
Ah, but you haven't asked me this year yet, have you?
Well, no.
And you're forgetting something. It's leap year. A woman can propose to her fellow.
Well, that's everything packed.
Right.
I don't deserve this treatment, Mark. You've ruined the whole weekend.
You can't blame me. I didn't ask you to find me a job.
Where do you think you're going to find a job round here? You could wait forever for a decent career to land in your lap.
Stranger things have happened.
I just don't want to see you wasting your life away in Beckendale. You're too clever for that.
When I want your opinion of my lifestyle, I'll ask for it, OK?
OK, fine. Have it your way. I'll go back to Hull and that'll be the end of it.
The end of what?
Us. I don't see why I should continue coming back here.
Well, that's great, isn't it? Either I accept the job or you and I are finished. Is that what you're saying?
Take it any way you like, Mark.
Oh, Eric, before you go, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh?
Your best man. We really ought to get something sorted out.
Yes, well, I've run out of options there, I'm afraid.
Seems ours is not the most popular of weddings. Neither of my children attending and the groom unable to find a best man.
Well, I did have one thought. But, no, it's too horrible to even contemplate.
Who?
Charlie Aindow?
Oh, good Lord. That really is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yes, well, all suggestions would be gratefully received.
What about asking Alan again? After all, everything's sorted out with the cottage now.
No, thanks. We'll only fall out over something else.
Well, there must be someone you can ask, Eric.
Well, I did have a really good friend once. We used to do all sorts of things together, inseparable, really.
Oh, that's wonderful. and the wedding would be an ideal time to renew an old friendship. So why don't you get in touch?
It'd be a bit difficult, that. See, we sort of lost contact after primary school.
Don't worry, Eric. You just leave it with me.
Well, I must be off. Do you remember reading somewhere that in most successful marriages, the wife is also the husband's best friend? And if that's the case, our marriage should be euphoric.
Go to work, Eric.
That's what I like to see. Good, honest toil. Fair day's work for a fair day's pay. Can't beat it, eh?
Yeah. What do you want? We shouldn't be seen together, you know.
Why not?
Well, it might look suspicious.
It would look suspicious if we weren't seen together. We're mates, aren't we?
I'm only trying to be careful, that's all.
Don't be so jumpy.
I can't help it.
Look, all we're going to do is rob Home Farm. It's hardly the crime of the century.
I'm not used to this sort of thing, that's all.
You haven't gone and changed your mind, have you? I mean, you're still going through with it.
Yeah, of course I am. I said I was going to do it, didn't I?
Yeah, but it was rather sudden, that change of heart of yours.
Yeah, well, never mind that. When I say I'm going to do something, I stick to it. I don't let people down.
That's what I like to hear. Because it's all set, more or less. We've got to be able to depend on you.
I don't let people down when I made a promise.
I knew I could rely on you.
I've had a lovely weekend, Mark. Let's not spoil it by rowing on my last day.
Who's rowing? You're the one that's handing out the ultimatums.
I suppose what annoys me more than anything else is the fact that you just seem so ungrateful.
Well, why should I be grateful? If I wanted to be an errand boy, I could pop down to the local butcher's. I don't have to move to Hull.
It's an opportunity, Mark. Don't you see that?
Hiya.
Mark? Lisa?
Hi, Melanie.
How was the concert?
Oh, it was great. It's a pity you couldn't make it. I'm sure you would have enjoyed yourself.
Oh, well.
Bradford, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite a way to travel for a concert.
Oh, not really.
It's one of the benefits of living in Hull. The nightlife's great, and it's right on your doorstep. No travelling at all.
Well, I better get myself away back to work. We don't want Lord and Lady Tate to start worrying about us.
Oh, fat chance of that.
Yeah. Can I ask you something?
Yeah?
What really made you change your mind about the robbery?
A couple of things.
Such as?
Tate stole our farm, didn't he?
So you keep saying.
Only the circle he moves in, they don't call it stealing, they call it repossession.
Different rules, mate. The rich have got a different set of rules.
And I wish I could see his face when he comes home and discovers this time he's the one that's been robbed.
What about your mother?
What about her?
I thought you were worried about her. You said it would kill her if she found out you're into burglary.
Not anymore. She's got a new life now. She doesn't care about me. Nobody does.
Now then, Seth. Thought any more about our little plan?
So I can think about 2 dinner hours every day, double breaks, double summer holidays. It can be a pleasure working for 2 bosses.
Good on you.
There's one snag though, Archie. I don't know what's going to Turner, but he's watching me like an hawk.
Oh, he has done, hasn't
Just lately it's been worse.
Seth,
See what I mean?
what are you doing in the village? You should be at the game farm. Oh, come on, man. Explain yourself.
I'm on tape business this morning, Mr. Turner. A little errand. I'm afraid I can't discuss it with you.
What?
It's for Mr. Tate, Mr. Turner. You know, new owner at Fish Farm.
Very well. Well, come and talk to me later.
Nick, the reason I came up, well, it's rather delicate actually. It's about the wedding.
Yeah?
I'd like to ask you a favour.
Ask away.
Oh, right.
Come on then, what is it?
Well, the thing is, well, what I wanted to know was, well, you being his best friend and all,
For heaven's sake, Elizabeth, come on, out with it.
do you think Archie Brooks would be willing to be Eric's best man?
Archie? Eric's best man?
Well, I know it sounds an unlikely mix, but, well, to be honest, Nick, we're desperate.
Obviously.
What do you think his reaction will be?
His reaction? Well, I mean, I expect Archie will be, well, somewhat Well...
Will it be favourable, do you think?
It could very well be, yeah. It's sometimes very difficult to tell with Archie.
It's not funny, Nick.
No, of course it's not, no.
So, let's just try and be serious about this.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll ask him tonight then, shall I?
Yes, please. If you would.
You know, you still haven't given me one good reason why you're not coming back to Hull with me.
I've given you a dozen different reasons. You just don't want to listen to any of them.
One of them wouldn't be Melanie, would it?
What are you on about?
You must think I'm blind.
This hasn't got anything to do with Melanie, so let's just leave her out of it, OK?
What other reason would you have for wanting to stay up here?
You don't get it, do you? You still don't understand.
I understand, all right. I've given you a golden opportunity to break away, and all you do is throw it back in my face.
I think I'd better go.
What about us? Don't you care anymore?
If I went to Hull, it would be to please you, not me.
You wouldn't be doing it just for me. Think about yourself, your future.
Don't give me that rubbish. You want me in Hull because it's convenient for you. Winter's nearly here, and you don't fancy trekking across the M62 anymore.
Look, I'm sorry. If I thought offering you this job was going to cause so much trouble...
No, don't apologise. At least I know what you think of me now. A little summer romance. Well, summer's nearly over. Bye, Lisa.
How's the wine bar doing?
Great! I haven't enjoyed myself so much in years.
No, it certainly looks like you've got a success on your hands.
I think I'm going through one of those moments in life where things are going so well it's almost frightening.
You know, I really envy you sometimes.
Envy me?
Well, independent career woman, full of confidence. I've always admired that type.
Afternoon, ladies.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Charming.
No, it's just that you didn't say anything this morning. We could have arranged to have met.
Well, spur of the moment thing. Just fancied a decent pint. Not interrupting anything, I hope?
Oh, just women's talk. Probably way over your head.
No, I don't doubt that for a minute. Now, can I get you both a drink?
Oh, thanks.
In again, Mr. Turner.
I think not, Seth. Your lunch hour finished 5 minutes ago.
Aye, I suppose it did.
Go on, man. Get back to work.
Can't do that, Mr. Turner.
What?
It's like this, you see. Dinner hour, I've just finished. That what game farm dinner hour. This dinner hour I've just started is fish farm dinner hour. Different employees, you see, different systems.
Well, I can see logic in that. Until the contract is signed, you are employed by me and only by me. Do you understand?
Now I'm confused, Mr. Turner.
Then I'll make it clear. I will not tolerate your stupid little games. Get back on the job while you've still got a job to get back to.
Right, Mr. Turner. That started all this.
There you are.
Oh, cheers.
Sorry we missed the opening, Lynn. Business, you know.
Oh, I understand. Business before pleasure, eh?
Anyway, I hear congratulations are in order. Your little business venture seemed to be booming.
Yes, thanks. Things are going very well.
Hardly surprising, though, is it?
Sorry.
Well, I just meant, well, there's not much competition around here, is
Oh,
there?
come on, there's a malt shovel. That's just down the road.
Ah, yes, the malt shovel. I was forgetting.
Well, it's hardly the competitive, cutthroat world of the haulage business, I admit.
It can be cutthroat, all right.
So I hear.
Makes the restaurant business look like a kiddie's playtime.
Oh, you think I'm playing around, do you? Having a ball?
Well, compared to some, I suppose, yes, you are. But it doesn't matter what business you're in, as long as you remember you've got to remain one step ahead of your rivals. Always remember that.
I shall. And if I find the malt shoveler taking my customers away, I'll make an anonymous phone call to the police telling them that one of the barmen's dealing in drugs. That should do the trick, eh?
Look, can we change the subject? Now all this business talk's making me feel inadequate.
Yes, darling. Can't have that, can we?
Where's Ma?
Upstairs in her room. Needed some privacy, she said.
Writing a few more letters to Spain, is she?
Probably.
Letters to Leonard Kempinski.
Who's Leonard Kempinski?
Kempinski.
Don't ask.
He's a friend of the family.
We don't know him that well. And I think Jo had the right idea, you know. We should ask her about him.
Well, she is entitled to her own privacy, Jack.
Oh, it's different when it's us she wants to know about. When are you going to show some commitment? What does poor little Robert think about the situation? When are you going to get married?
Are you planning on getting married?
Doubt
Who
it.
knows?
No, you don't want to tie the knot, you know. It's overrated.
How would you know?
Educated guess?
Oh, well, each to his own, as they say.
Tried to talk my mother out of getting itched, but she refused to listen to me.
Mother's more trouble than they're worth.
So what does he do then, this Leonard Kempinski?
Oh, be quiet and eat your dinner.
Someone seems in a good mood.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, actually.
Any particular reason?
It might have something to do with the fact that Lisa and I have just split up.
What? But I thought you were both really happy.
Appearances can be deceptive.
What happened?
She wanted me to go to Hull with her. Even had a job lined up for me. So I made it pretty clear that's not what I wanted out of life at the moment.
Must have been a big decision.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm so cheerful about the whole thing.
Why?
Making decisions has never been one of my strong points. Seems I've got the knack of it now.
Hey, Lorraine! Come and join us.
Some tasty hunk having his lunchtime pint?
Hardly.
Who then?
My dad and his new girlfriend. And her daughter.
What are you doing here, Lorraine? You should be at school.
I took the afternoon off. Non-compulsory games.
Why wouldn't you come and talk to your dad?
Mind if I give you a hand in the kitchen?
No, of course not. If that's all right with you, Carol.
No, no, off you go.
I hope you don't think I'm interfering, but she seems a bit on edge today.
She's jealous.
Sorry.
She's jealous of her dad and his new girlfriend. She's like this every time she sees them. You know, I think that's the cause of all our problems. Jealousy, plain and simple.
Thought you'd still be here. Don't you ever work? Not if I can Skype. Listen, do you fancy coming out for a pint tonight? Meet the other two lads?
No. I'll give that one a miss, thanks all the same.
What, you want to be seen consorting, is that it? Come on, it'll be a laugh. You look as though you could do with a laugh.
Let's just get one thing straight, right? This might just be one big joke to you, but it means more to me than that. It's a chance to get back at the Tates, to give them a taste of their own medicine.
All right, keep your hair on.
All I want to know is when, how, and what you want me to do, all right?
Well, all you've got to do at the moment is just be ready. As soon as I know they're out the house for a night, I'll get in touch. It'll be short notice, mind.
And what are we going to do with the stuff?
The stolen goods, you mean? The swag.
All right, get on with it.
There's an old disused barn near your old place, Blackthorn. Nobody ever goes near it. We'll stash it there.
OK.
And then when the heat's died down, we'll take it to a dealer in Leeds. Then lots and lots of lovely money.
Sounds good to me.
We're relying on you, you know, Mike. I mean, you must know the roads round here like the back of your hand. You won't let us down, will you?
Don't worry. I won't let you down.
Where's Robert?
He's up in his room.
How was he at school? I mean, was he okay?
Well, of course he was. Why shouldn't he be?
How much do you think this business is affecting him, Sarah?
I'm not sure. I'm no expert on child psychology, Jack. This is all new ground to me.
I mean, I knew he'd ask questions about us one day. You know, marriage, his real mum. Suppose I just wasn't prepared for it.
Well, at least we've been open with him. And he's understood everything we've said.
Can't be sure of that. I mean, if he feels insecure because we're not married, a lot of words aren't going to make him feel better.
It's just a phase. I wouldn't worry about it. But we do have some legalities to sort out.
I know. I'd like to nominate you as Robert's guardian in my will. So, if anything does happen, I know he's in good hands.
I'm sure nothing's going to happen. It's a good idea.
Is that all right with you?
Of course it's all right with me, Jack.
Hi. You're home early. Had a good afternoon? Or is that a silly question? Bit early, isn't it? Chris, for heaven's sake, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. All I did was tell him that
The
things
ins and
are
outs of my business operations, how dare you?
I don't mean to. We were just chatting
Just chatting like you were just chatting when you told her what an appalling holiday you had with me in Scotland.
We've been through all that,
I wonder what
Chris.
other little tidbits you've been divulging behind my back.
You've got it all wrong. It wasn't like that at all.
People like Lynn Whiteley thrive on gossip. They cause trouble. You made me look a fool this afternoon, Kathy. It was unforgivable.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
You're damn right it won't. Lynn's a bad influence on you. I want you to stop seeing her.
What? You can't be serious. Lynn and I are old friends.
She's the cause of all the trouble. Can't you see that? Honestly, Kathy, I'm a good judge of character. She's bad news. I really don't want you to see her again.
How is she?
Out like a light. That bruise is fading fast now.
Ah, good. Another couple of days and it'll be gone.
Thank goodness for that. You know, I've got some funny looks from people, you know, walking around with a baby with a big bruise on its head. It's not funny. All I've heard for days is, poor little thingy, she had a fall.
Well, I hope you got your story off to Pat.
Oh, I'll just tell them before they even ask now, saves time.
All right. Look, I've got something to ask you. I was going to say this morning, but I thought it was best to wait until later.
What is it?
Elizabeth came to see me and she wondered if I'd ask you to do her a favour.
What sort of favour?
Well, she was wondering if you'd be Eric Pollard's best man.
What's funny about that?
Eric Pollard's best man, Archie. You can't stand the bloke.
What's that got to do with me being best man?
Well, it's certainly be an interesting break from tradition. Best man that hates the groom's guts.
I don't hate Pollard. I don't hate anyone.
So you consider doing it then?
Well, it's not the sort of request that I'd turn down lightly, is it?
But, Chris, this is ridiculous. How can I stop seeing Lynn? She's one of my oldest friends.
Is she more important to you than me?
No, of course not.
Honestly, you're better off without her, Kathy.
What is Lynn going to think if I suddenly stop talking to her?
For crying out loud. Can't you see what she's doing? She's driving a wedge between us.
That's not true,
We
Chris.
can't allow her to do that.
I think you're being a little unfair. You haven't known her as long as I have. Yes, she can be quite catty sometimes, but that's the way she is.
Kathy, she's a bitter woman who resents the happiness she sees you have with me.
We should try to understand her. She's been through a lot. If she appears bitter, it's only because she's unhappy.
Oh, let's not talk about it anymore. I don't want to argue with you, though.
No, I don't want to argue either.
Good. So you won't see her anymore. Honestly, Kathy, it's for the best. You'll see.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, to tell you the truth.
Oh, so you're going to go through with it then?
This man's going to make a speech, hasn't he, glorifying the groom. You know, saying what a great lad he is. Funny little anecdotes illustrating the nature of the man.
As usual, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, in Pollard's case, what would you say? I'll get it. Yeah?
Good evening. My name's Jennifer Wilson, Houghton Social Services. Can I have a word?
Yeah, right. You better come in.
Who is it?
She's from social.
Which one of you is Mr. Bates?
Well, it's me.
And you have a child living here, your daughter Alice.
Yeah, that's right. She's upstairs asleep. What's wrong?
I'm afraid I must inform you, Alice has been reported to us as a potential child at risk.
What are you talking about, child at risk?
Is this some sort of sick joke?
I'm sure you can appreciate, Mr. Bates. It's our duty to take such reports seriously. We have to make a full investigation.
What?
I'd like to see your daughter now, Mr. Bates. Could you show me to her bedroom?
Want to take a stroll around the village? Visit itv.com to find out how you can take a trip to Emmerdale.